Dear students, let us begin the story, short story, A Face in the Dark, written by Ruskin Bond. Ruskin Bond has been a very famous novelist, writer, short story writer. First of all, in order to have better understanding of the chapter, let us have the summary of the lesson. Summary: A Face in the Dark. The story A Face in the Dark by Ruskin Bond is set in Simla, a town in Himachal Pradesh, India, where an Anglo-Indian teacher, Mr. Oliver, teaches in a reputed English public school which is regarded as the Eton of the East. He is a bachelor and goes to the market some 3 miles away in the evening and returns back to school at night on a daily basis. He takes the shortcut way through the pine forest. On the day of the story, when he is returning late at night, the strong wind is making an airy sound. Airy means here strange. Through the pine trees, and the batteries of his torch are running down. Suddenly he comes across a boy who is crying silently with his head hung down, sitting on a rock. Following a number of questions from the teacher, when the boy finally looks up, Mr. Oliver sees that the boy has no eyes, ears, nose, or mouth on his face. It was just a round, smooth head with a school cap on top of it. Panicked by the horrific scene, Mr. Oliver runs down the path, calling for help. He finally stops when he sees the watchman swinging a lantern on his way. Oliver tells the watchman what he had seen, but soon after he finds out in the light of the lantern that the watchman too has no eyes, ears, nose, or mouth. Then the wind blows the lamp out. Dear students, let us have the analysis of the story A Face in the Dark. Ruskin Bond's short story A Face in the Dark, originally published in 2004, is very short and simple in terms of the plot and the language used. But the author has made a simple plot and ordinary setting look extraordinary by giving it a supernatural touch. The supernatural atmosphere is created by the elements like airy sounds, airy means here strange, sounds of the pine trees, batteries of the torch running down, flickering light, silent sobbing, lantern swinging in the middle of the path, etc. All these things prepare us for some mysterious or uncanny happenings. Further, the story, though, begins with the narration of ordinary daily occurrences. It turns out to be very intriguing and a thought-provoking one. The story reaches its climax when Oliver discovers that the boy and the watchman both have no eyes, ears, nose, or mouth on their face. Now, what intrigues us most is what message the author actually wants to deliver. Is it just another horror story? Or does it have some deeper meaning referring to the psychological sphere of human beings? This riddle is actually a characteristic feature of the postmodern literature. The story can be interpreted in a number of ways. It could be that he had the collective fascination with the darkness in his subconscious mind, and as a consequence means as a result, Of a momentary excitement, he was almost at a loss to particularize the individuality of persons. Another plausible interpretation is that over the years, Mr. Oliver got tired nurturing the students, and the individuality of each and every student has overlapped with each other, and he is now haunted by the sameness in every individual. Again, it may refer to the psychological disturbance of Mr. Oliver created by his loneliness. He is a bachelor and spends a lot of time alone, so this interpretation has some merit too. But going by the title of the story, A Face in the Dark, it may also mean that a face in the dark is always blurred. On a metaphorical level, it signifies that we find every single person just the same when we don't really have a closer look at them. Thank you, students, and have a nice day.